Welcome. Welcome to my channel. Limitless being, we're here, you're limitless. Unless you think otherwise. How's everyone doing? Good, I hope. Hi, Kingdom Business. Hello. I'm going to start with whatever comes out for the collective energy. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. So the reading that I did this morning on live is, we got some of the same cards that came out here. This tree, affairs with your family. So something playing out as far as a family dynamic in the Tower card. You have a solid foundation, success with your effort, collective. We have the beetle as far as your fortune. Good fortune here. You're very abundant. Okay. Working hard. You're building a solid foundation. Bull. Do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. The energy I'm picking up regarding a family dynamic, someone you have a family with. And then goldfish. Increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. Okay, and or take it how it applies. So this is beautiful. There's something going on with a family dynamic. Spirit is telling you not to back down from the opposition, to continue to have that fortitude and strength. As far as your resources, your financial stability, the success is there for you with a solid foundation, as long as you continue to apply the same effort. There's good fortune and increase in material wealth and or spiritual growth. This is beautiful energy. Let's see. Let's start with this tree. That's what I saw first. Affairs with your family. Let's see the energy around this. Thank you, Spirit. Clarify this energy for the collective. Okay. Yeah. So it could be family you're in a disconnection with, you're not working with. There's no cohesion. And you completed a cycle and moved on from this family dynamic or someone you have a family with. Okay. Let's see what this is. Too much conflict, too many problems. They want problems. There's no peace, no resolution. Okay, constantly competing, clashing. I'm hearing crabs in a barrel energy. Can I get a few more? Thank you, Spirit. Clear messages for the collective. Hello. Welcome. Yep. As a result, you have moved on to calmer waters to reset your nervous system. You are not about to be in fight or flight, producing all kind of cortisol, having health effects. Beautiful energy. One more. Okay, these people could have put you in a place of despair. I'm feeling that they are in despair. They're focused on the past. Okay. Focus over all the opportunities that they missed. Okay. With having cohesion, celebrations, coming together. Can we get a little bit more on this family dynamic? Thank you, Spirit. Three of Pentacles in the reverse. What is Three of Pentacles in reverse? There was no motion. Eight of Wands coming out on the fence. So with stagnation, you had to release it. Whatever you're building, the success, okay? This increase in your material wealth, your spirituality could have played a part in this. Them trying to block ascension. What's the word? Our culture sometimes can get in the way. Culture are learned behaviors, like passed on, passed down. Just, a little story time for me. When I gave up eating meat and dairy, that was like a culture class. Like, what is this, you brand new? You're not eating, what you mean you don't want no ribs? No macaroni and cheese, That type of thing. So, not knowing that you can veganize just about anything, and it's a lot easier today than it was when I took my journey, the beginning of my steps towards, and it wasn't too long ago, it was 2017. You know what I mean? That I started on that journey. You know, kudos, hats goes off to the people that did it 20 years ago and before. But, you know, it will be conflict. Just like I said, a little story time. Thanksgiving, you can make me some vegetables without meat in it, or, you know, something without dairy. You can make me a green salad and some rice and peas. That was impossible just because you're going against the cultural norms. Okay, sabotaging, conflict on purpose. So to bring peace, you had to move on from these individuals, either in your family or you had a family with. They were not willing to collaborate with you. There was no motion. You couldn't take action on the things that were like impeding on your progress. Okay? When you go through your awakening, you realize that you weren't born with anyone attached to your hips, and your true lessons are those closest to you that you love the dearest. From spouses to siblings, parents, children, in fact, sometimes, okay? Those are the true tests and lessons. Can you ascend past that? Are you going to self-sacrifice? And you were not willing to do this. There was competition at every corner that you turned. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, you took passionate action in a new direction. You pursued the things that fulfilled you, that ignited you, okay? After realizing there was no movement, no motion in a positive direction. This Eight of Wands is on the fence towards the negative. Thank you, Spirit. Clarify this conflict. Five of Wands. I just gave like a little backstory just on diet, you know, but that comes in everything that you're trying to do when you go through spiritual growth. Okay, and with an increase in spiritual growth, your material realm, your finances, your wealth increases as well. Because a lot of the times, you know, once you have an awakening, a realization, you get out of your own way. You stop blocking your own blessings. And I just use culture as a example. But this comes in many forms. Thank you, Spirit. Clarify the Five of Wands energy. So they were determined. It was like adventurous to come up against you with this conflict. Okay, it was like a dare. There was no letting up with whatever this family dynamic was, and these people were impulsive. This is Sagittarius energy. This is mutable fire. They could go in either direction. You didn't know which that you could get, which energy you would get, you know. And the Leo energy is that fixed, stubborn to be aggressive and cause conflict, okay, in your life, on your journey, on your path. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Anything else on this Knight of Wands, Five of Wands energy? We got a Queen of Wands, the Lovers, and the Eight of Cups. Okay, just what we're talking about here. Male or female, a lover or someone that you just have that deep loving contract, that soul contract with, family member or a significant other. You decided to emotionally withdraw and step into your power. You put your integrity, what you believed in, what you were passionate about, realizing who you were. You weren't playing small anymore. This is not a small energy here. It's very fierce, okay? Very bold, creative, all right? Spiritually guided and protected as well with the sunflower and this black cat here, all right? This kind of ignited that fire within you, that do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude with this cougar on here. Panther, cougar, I think is some type of cat, okay? Big cat energy, like the Leo energy represented by the Queen of Wands. You move forward to focus on opportunities and abundance that are here for you, that you already seen in your mind's eye, that you had a conversation with Spirit, okay? Your higher self, Source, your spirit team. What was promised to you. If you had, I'm surprised the Fool card isn't out here, but if you had the strength, the courage, and the fortitude to go ahead and move forward. So some of you are doing this. with this is bringing in opportunities, okay? Increasing material wealth or spiritual growth, good fortune with that beetle. We haven't even gotten there yet. Thank you, Spirit. Clarify the Six of Swords. Like I said, resetting your nervous system. This brought you justice, balance, equilibrium back into your life. Libra energy. You know, Libras often find themselves trying to maintain that balance, that evil kill energy, but often met with challenges, constant challenges, okay? So you mastered that and brought balance to what balance looks like to you in your life, okay? Seventh house, Libra energy. It speaks of partnerships, relationships. You were only, it had to be reciprocal, equal give and take, or I'm out, okay? You're not going to test me. You're not going to test my integrity. You're not going to block my blessings. It has to be equal, balance with the scales here. And this is your truth with that sword, okay? To move on, to move forward. Sorry, it's a bunch of ants out here, y'all. They like everywhere. And I don't kill anything. I can't kill a bug, you know. You study the Vedic text, you realize that every action has a reaction, that karma. So bugs just move around, please. Clarify Six of Swords and justice. Thank you. Okay. This, and I swore I turned this upright. You came out of whatever heartbreak and betrayal, being isolated, lonely, rejected by these family members. You just, welcome. You just felt as though the energy that was projected onto you was isolation, okay? You want to be different. Whoever this family dynamic affairs with the family, you want to be different. You want to break generational curses, come out of patterns of culture and stuff like that. You think you're better or you can do things different, then we'll isolate you. You'll be left out. You'll be rejected to the point where you didn't even want the cup anymore. You're like, okay, all right, I'm good. And I'm coming out of betrayal and heartbreak. It could have been very mean things done to you, you know, and we always like blame negative actions and stuff like that on the devil. The devil is just an energy, okay? Two sides of the same coin. There's nothing up there or greater than source. So in a way to understand it is source is the opposite end, which would be the devil energy. So that demonic energy on that end of the spectrum, that negative or dark or however you want to turn it, low vibrational, was a place, was an experience so you could find the center, okay? We can't walk around here in society and in our human form acting as though we're holier than vile, holier than the holiest, and you can't be too much in a negative experience, experiencing negative karma. There's no ascension, there's no growth. So you found the middle, justice here, all right? And you were able to come out of this heartbreak, this betrayal. You know, this would be taking those swords and they just stick it in. Here they're falling out, all right? Activating the heart chakra as well, okay? Experiencing a lot of emotion because you're very sensitive, okay? Queen of Cups, very compassionate, caring, nurturing energy by nature, all right? So this was an activation of the heart chakra. And with the heart being open, this is what is allowing your resources, your abundance, your opportunities, this Jupiter energy to come in. You know, this is a battle between Jupiter and Saturn. We got the world card out first. Saturn is a planet of limitations in this 3D realm that we live in. That time clock that you hit called Chronos. All that is Saturn, Satan, or Set. That's the realm that we live in. Jupiter is the big gas giant that opposes that energy and brings in your abundance if you can get through these cycles, these karmic lessons. And it's not for the faint of heart, okay? Kudos to you, collective. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, many cycles. Tired, but not down and out. Many cycles, okay? Wounded warrior. You may bend like the palm tree in the storm. I say that whenever I see this card. all the way down to the ground. But after the storm is over, you rise right back up. You never break. Okay? And you have divine protection all around you. What's this Five of Cups? I picked this energy up as though these people are, and I didn't see the King of Swords. This puts you in your intellect before I even move on. But what I'm picking up with it coming out right next to the Five of Cups, you didn't allow these things to affect you. You know, somebody pulling on your heartstrings that are unhealed wounds are going to get a reaction. You learn to act and never react. You became very logical, strategic, not mincing your words, meaning what you say, and withdrawing all emotion from anyone trying to play on your top. Like, you weren't, whoever this is, this family affair energy. I see this more as blood family, collective. I don't see like a spouse or a partner. I did see the Lovers come out. It could have been a lover as well that you walked away from. For those that it applies to, it's a general reading. I'm pulling on all of the collective energy. Thank you, Spirit. This Five of Swords, yeah, you withdrew. You're not gonna have me and my feelings looking like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Let me go within. Both of these are hunched over, okay? First the heartbreak and the pain comes, and then the introspection. This is where you became illuminated, or you're becoming illuminated. All right. Thank you, Spirit. What is the Five of Cups and the Hermit? Clear messages. King of Cups in reverse. Okay. So somebody emotionally manipulative, unbalanced, toxic, abusive. Okay, not much compassion at all. So this was intentional. This betrayal that you, this heartbreak, betrayal that you released, got over, this isolation, this was intentional. You know, this, like I said, Leo energy is fixed. They were determined to continue to bring conflict and then figuring out creative ways on how to do it. Nine of Wands is Sag, it's mutable energy, okay? This was from someone who was very emotionally imbalanced. Let me get a vibe card around this particular energy before I go further. Thank you, Spirit. Clarify this King of Cups in reverse for the collective energy. Hello, welcome. Wanting to exhaust you, burn you out, where you're feeling empty, betrayed, because this is how this person feels. Anytime you come out as a King of Cups in reverse, you're empty inside, and you're projecting that energy out. So this is what they wanted for you. Well, how are you going to ascend and break these generational curses and do it better? This is how it always has been. This is how it's going to be. All right, you're going to feel this emptiness just like we do. Most High had a different plan for you. It was written. Light worker, chosen one, star seed. Thank you, Spirit. Clarify, exhausted with this King of Cups. Yeah, constant chaos against your security, you being stable. The fact that you had the aspirations to even reach for the stars, okay? To build generational wealth, to go through spiritual growth, bringing chaos, upheaval, disaster, planning on your downfall. Downfall of you being established, settled, secure, and wealthy. You know, this unemotionally available energy that has turned all their pain inward and then projected out. Yes, good afternoon. This person gave up a long time ago, as in weren't willing, unable, not having the tools to resolve their issues, okay? So the way they manage those feelings, those emotions, is through chaos. Causing chaos, it reinforces the program that they operate from. You said, not today, not over here, you know, by putting distance. Stay your ass over there. Don't come over here with this, so that you can be inspired, optimistic, and hopeful, okay? Instead of feeling burnout, emptiness, and burden. Quite the opposite. All right. Your energy, your light, it's like a beam of illumination to dark energies. They come to you for healing. It may appear as though they're coming to destroy. They truly just don't understand, okay, on an energetic level, how you can be so hopeful, inspired, optimistic, joyful, focus on success. Success keeps coming out here. So you could have been breaking a generational trauma with this affairs with the family. This is your roots, the foundation, ancestral patterning. You could have been breaking poverty wounds, okay, lack and limitation. And the only way to do that was to put this distance up. Anything else about this King of Cups in reverse before we go on to this King of Swords? I think we covered it. Yeah, they're longing to be back in your energy. Let's talk. Let's reunite, okay? But truthfully, underneath the surface, they're very bitter, petty, okay? And you see that. You become illuminated, all right? Anytime you go into this energy, the hermit, to heal this energy, you become illuminated. You can see them coming. You can feel them. You can feel when they're on your mind or you're on their mind, okay? Pulling on your energy. You have become illuminated to their true intentions. They're still petty. They're still angry, okay? And they're still bitter. Don't trust this energy. Stand on your inner knowing, you know, and continue to have these boundaries in place. All right. You know, and this King of Cups energy, it could be a Cancer. It could be Leo energy, first decan Leo. It could be Pisces or Scorpio energy. This person, I forgot what I was going to say, trying to reach into my mind on the decans. But this person could be a practitioner of the dark arts, okay, to try to sabotage you. Yes, thank you, Spirit. That's what I was going to say. So just, someone told me a long time ago that practiced spirituality before I had an awareness of it, that just the vibration of someone's voice that does not have good intentions for you can energetically shift your focus, your vibration. It's like a form of spell work. So at the time I was guided not to even answer the phone. Don't even converse. So just be mindful. I'm not sure why that's coming up now, collective. But continue to have that blocked energy, that boundary up to maintain this balance with whatever this love connection is in a family affair. Okay? With all this constant and strategic manipulation fighting you. Okay? Where you're not productive and your movement is stagnated at a pause. Thank you, Spirit. Yep, go ahead and move on them. Move away. Because we got the World and the King of Swords. I didn't clarify these two. Let me clarify them. The World was the first card that came out. So I'm speaking on like past energy. For some of you, depending on where you are in your ascension, what timeline you're on, you could be entering this. Okay? And for others, it's just a confirmation. Okay? Take a sip of my melted iced tea. Thank you, Spirit. Clarify the World card with the collective's energy and the King of Swords. Yeah, happy new beginnings. I saw the Ace of Wands. Passion being reignited. Now that you've got through this karmic lesson, the cycle. One more. King of Wands, big boss energy here, okay? Very protective and fearless of what it is that you're building. This increase in material wealth. You're not backing down from opposition, showing fortitude, okay? Over this good fortune that you're building. You got the scarab beetle that appears in the tarot cards. That's abundance. That's prosperity, okay? The goldfish. Another money symbol. Giving birth. You know, you come from a hoodoo bloodline, somebody dreaming of fish, somebody pregnant, or there's abundance being birthed. It's happening. And this is a solid foundation. Success with effort. Okay? Thank you, Spirit. The World card, we have the Queen of, yeah, you going right, wow. In this new cycle, everything we just said, you are balancing out, mastering your finances. That comes with mastering your emotions with this water down here. When your emotions is high and out of whack, the money be affected, down low. When the emotions are calm and stable, money's up. Productivity is up. You're more in a balanced state. Excuse me, finding yourself living a very affluent life. This is what you're building. Stable, grounded. They couldn't shake your foundation. It's too solid here. Okay? The success is yours with the effort. These are all pentacles. All right? We got Capricorn, we got Taurus, and Virgo. All the earth signs. Okay? So earth signs, you in the chat, this is for you. Okay? Or wherever you have earth highly aspected in your chart. Okay, this is speaking of fourth house energy. You're balancing out family affairs. That's matriarchal side of the family. This would be the Capricorn or fourth house energy. Queen, Taurus, that's second house energy. That speaks of your finances, your belonging, all the gifts you incarnated with, and all the things that are promised to you in your building toward your home, your car, your business, your luxuries, all those beautiful things. Okay, second house energy. And then we have Virgo. What's Virgo? Sixth house speaks of service, you being of service to others. There is, you can have a six, what's the word, life path, numerology of 6. There are a lot of 6s on the planet, but this speaks of your relationships, whether they're family, partnerships, we did have the lovers, or business, okay? They're abundant. All right? This is beautiful. So yeah, fourth house, second house, and sixth house energy coming out. Those areas of your life where your partnership or your service and being equally paid, receiving reciprocity for the efforts that you put out. That could have been in balance at some point. Your second house energy, your home, your resources, your assets, and then your fourth house energy, your matriarchal line, your family, your siblings, that type of thing. Those things all could have been affected at some point, but you have mastered some level of generational curses, patterns, and culture. I just kept hearing culture. Our culture sometimes can get us in trouble. It's seen as the norm. You make the new norm, okay? You're limitless here on this channel, okay? Or as my mentor says, infinite waters, Ralph Smart. And, that goes back to astrology really quick. The earth is depicted as a circle with a cross as the symbology for the earth. And what that is, I made a card on that, is the cross and you being right in the middle. You're right in the crosshairs, okay, of all the chaos, the drama, the BS. After you move out of the crosshairs and get out of the center of being a target for whatever these wounds, patterns, behaviors, people come in and manipulate, specifically family in this reading, then you either try and find an angle, okay? This is where you're still holding on to your culture. Angle is, in astrology, there are 30 degrees in each astrological zodiac sign. Each 10 degrees is a decan or a deacon, okay? In that is a 90-degree angle. So you take that cross and you break it down, and it's 4 90-degree angles. So you're still on an angle. You're still divided. You're a political party. You're a race. You're a gender. You're from a country. You culturally, you do this. You still right in the target zone, okay? Not seeing it. Then you expand a little bit further out, and you're still on that cycle. Now you become the symbol of the earth, but you're still cycling. Patterns are repeating. You're not going through the completion of the world card. You're still cycling. Okay? When you break out of that and you become limitless or you become infinite, then you master it's not depicted on here, but the Ouroboros is a snake eating its tail. That's that cycle. We got 8/8 coming up in August. That's a Lionsgate portal. That is a time when the snake goes to eat its tail. And right before that, there's like a pause in the cycle and you can break through and free yourself. Then you jump on what's called the infinity loop. And these are just the energetic patterns in this realm that we are here on Earth in. So now, instead of being caught in that symbol of the earth with the circle and then the crosshairs, you're looping in and out of it. Okay, so you just spend a little bit of time in the matrix doing what you got to do to build a solid foundation, dealing with people's BS, but you see past it. You've ascended. You're not triggered by your wounds. You are not set to a culture, an angle, like I said, political party, a country, whatever, race. You see past those things. All those things are energetic drains and blocks to keep you out of your greatness, okay? You become infinite, that infinity symbol, which leads to or means abundance as well, the number 8. And you're in and out, and you're following, and that pattern of the infinity symbol is actually the pattern that the sun and then all the planets follow in our particular universe that we're in, okay? And there are many universes outside of our 200 trillion stars, okay? You truly become infinite. You found your star. You captured that when you went within and did that hermit card work. Beautiful energy, collective. Thank you. Can we get into the money here? We did the family affair. We did the bull, the tree and the bull with don't back down, okay? As far as breaking these ancestral patterns or dealing with someone that you attracted because of ancestral wounded patterning. Then we have good fortune, increasing material wealth or spiritual growth or both, and a solid foundation with success and effort. Let's go into these cards a little bit more. We'll switch decks. Go to the after tarot. This is after you've taken your step. You started your journey. Thank you, Spirit. Clear messages for the collective. Can I get a few cards on each, starting with the scarab beetle here? Good fortune. Look at that. Opportunities. Building, growth. Being handed to you. Building something. Getting yes. Callbacks, contracts, business opportunities, promotions, jobs. For some, unexpected financial blessings. It may look like it's a delay or a setback and it works out in your favor. Energy. Too many. I did see the King of Pentacles. Can I get one more for good fortune? Because of your strength and your fortitude. All right. You not backing down. Finding balance. And we're going to note that infinity symbol. You became limitless or infinite. Okay. You learn how to break the code of the matrix and you operate in that energy. And in doing that, you have to tame that beast within. You pick your battles. You don't have to respond to everything. It's getting in the way of your money, your stability, your finances, your foundation that you're building. Thank you, Spirit. Increase material wealth or spiritual growth. The wait is over. This came out in reverse. This is here now for some of you. Why is this coming out in reverse? That's the energy I got. Communication coming in. Page of Swords is too many. You manifested this. So you could have received some type of communication, email, text, letter, had a conversation. There's something that you have to complete, to do, to ground this in. Increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. 3 of Wands in reverse. We got strong Gemini. So there's some type of communication. Page of Swords and the Magician are both Gemini energy. Speaks to 3rd house. Communication. Taking action. Movement. With the Aries energy in reverse. Something you may have a fear around. Something you have to do. What are these 4 that fell out? You may have to release burden. Wow, we got 10-10. This is over. This Lover came back out in a different deck with the Devil, 10 of Wands, and a 10 of Swords. Are you kidding me? Like how 20 Wands and Sword combination? They really want to put that light out. Whoever this you have this Lover connection with. Okay? It's time to drop that like a bad habit. Person is very toxic, and you are releasing these burdens. There was no coming back from whatever this betrayal was. These could be fears. This could be career. This could be a partnership. This Lover contract is something that a contract is every time you sign on the dotted line, okay? Energetically or in the physical realm. Whatever this was had you stressed out, burdened. They were obsessive, controlling. They played you and stabbed you in your back multiple times. But in the After Tarot deck, these 2 people carrying this one person are your guides. Okay? So you're being carried. It had to happen. Some of us are so stubborn. It could be a Capricorn. You know, 10th house energy, career, just that dedication to this toxicity to reach your goals. You release your burdens. There's another way. How? To do my research and manifest what it is that I want because I have everything that I need to do it. You know, you pull it from the 4D, 5D, but the 4D, your thoughts, your imagination, and you bring it down to the earth realm. The table represents the earth. Okay, you balance out your material realm, your emotional body. You speaking your truth. All right. Very abundant. You got spirit right here on top of you. The dove represents spirit in the earth realm. You're a pure soul. That's the white cloak. And this Ouroboros, we're not going to ignore that snake that we talked about around his waist. You've freed yourself, okay? Or you are going to. We have, like I said, 8-8. Mark your calendar. And readings I did at the end of last year and the beginning of the year, a whole bunch of 8-8 portals came out way back when I first started uploading last year. So August can be significant for some of these good fortune, this solid foundation, and increasing your spiritual and or material, which is, they go hand in hand. Okay? Everything aligns when you're in alignment spiritually. So yeah, there's some pain or fear that you have to release. Clarifying why this 3 of Wands came out in reverse. So this could be like, you know, 3 of Wands upright is you're waiting for it to come in. You put the hard work in and you're still staying ambitious and you're thinking over the horizon. In reverse, it's almost like a pause or it's not coming quite yet. And the 2 cards that came out is that research, that knowledge, get curious, that Gemini mind, that 3rd house energy, take action, short trips, distances. You're manifesting. You have everything that you need to bring this in. And the moon came out to clarify it. This speaks of fears or the unknown. Their tests, their challenges to push you through. So you can release this. Collective don't have time for whatever this contract, commitment, family, affair, job, lover. It's getting in the way. You see now. Thank you, Spirit. The last card out we had was solid foundation, successful effort. What's this effort that the collective has to put in? Being fearless in your power. Okay, knowing who you are, natural born leader. Okay, and being very protective of it. Stomping out the competition. Anyone coming, and it's not that you're out here being competitive and anyone coming in your orbit with that, okay? They want to test you, check your temp, you burn them. All right? They got to move around. Yeah, victory is yours. Leo energy, and you're fixed on that. Okay, both of these are fixed energy. You know, fixed energy in the zodiac would be This is particularly Leo. This is fire, but then you have fixed airs, Aquarius. You have fixed earth, which is Taurus, and fixed water, Scorpio. The reason they follow the what's the order of it? The reason they follow the cardinal are the leaders, the beginners. They start, they initiate shit. The fixed energy is there to push it through. Excuse me. And the immutable energy is there to go either way to make that manifestation come through. You know, so cardinals are often leader energy. Okay, they're leaders. They begin and end everything. All right, they're great bosses and just leadership quality. Fixed energy is the enforcer. They're gonna put the work in and block out anything trying to get in the way of that work. And immutable, they can be seen, you know, fixed is stubborn. Mutable can be seen as like two-faced, or no, energetically they're balanced enough to know how to move around, okay, to bring this success, this victory. Thank you, Spirit. So solid foundation with success and effort. You're staying fixed. Oh, look at that. Ultimate, more fire. Passion has been ignited. This brings in the sun. This is it. This is the happiest card in the deck. This is beautiful. So this new moon has a lot of beautiful energy surrounding it. This is like rebirth, a yes. You've been stripped down naked, energetically, soul-wise, to be rebirthed into your highest timeline, that greatest version of yourself, becoming limitless, okay? The only limits we have are the ones we put on ourselves. Strategic and logical. You will take the head right off of somebody, okay? If they get in the way, this horse is moving forward. That person has to move. That person has to move. They have to get out of the way of the path of success here. Anything else? Person, people? And you're guided by your spirit guides. Like I said earlier, only accepting reciprocity. You'll be in a position to help to give back to others, okay? Yeah, solid foundation with success and efforts. Being fearless, communicating, being a boss, maintaining that high vibration, and only accepting reciprocity in your connections. Instead of that 10, I ain't even put it away yet. This is somebody taking advantage of all this good energy that you have, okay? Whatever this connection was. This is a shadow aspect that you've integrated. I haven't seen the Chariot come out yet. Yeah, this conflict has ceased. In the original deck, all the wands are clashing against each other. You standing right up in the middle. They may have their opinions, but they're not coming over here. They're crossing with each other now. But they can't come in your energy with that. You know, conflict, healthy conflict is good. Keeps you on your toes. People admire, they aspire to reach that level of enlightenment. You know, and that enlightenment shows in your efforts. What it is you're doing. The fruits that you bear. Yeah. Just what we said. Whoever it is that wants to come up and feel like they have to destroy you will be put straight in time out. It triggers an awakening. Okay, they got to rethink their plan and invest wisely after that. Okay, they could be waiting on things to come in. It's not coming. You've been illuminated. They're being given the opportunity to have this Kundalini awakening. You have divine protection. This is Anubis. Okay, next to anything, anyone. All right. And the original meaning behind this card is being so protective of yourself that the competition has to walk away, drop their sword. It's just read often as, oh, these people trying to, you know, get at you at all costs, and that you have taken all the swords, and victory is yours. As you move on and continue to handle your business. I'm sorry, Cool Karma. I'm going to post it from TikTok's video. Yeah, the wind is kind of winding out here. I saw a narcissist flip over really quick. I'll pull on that. That deck wants to speak. Anything else on this? Look, Justice Balance came out in a different deck. Card Spirit is like I said what I said. Okay? You maintaining a place of balance within, your whole world outside has to reflect. All these things, these challenges that you were going through were opportunities to heal what was going on within you. Okay? Think of your body when you incarnate, your soul inside of it is a VR headset. And everything that you experience in your reality is a projection through the VR headset back to you in your reality. So this is bringing you that balance and justice that you seek. Standing in the light of truth. Okay? People have no choice but to bow to that energy, and that's the energy of the divine flowing through you. Let's be clear. Thank you, Spirit. Can we get a vibe around this? Good fortune, increase in material wealth, spiritual growth. Look at that. We have free will. The divine Archangel Michael, these angels or angles of energy flowing through you cannot come in unless you put these boundaries and call upon that energy. That's how you manifest it. You have divine protection here. You're protected from harm. Okay? You know your worth. You have drawn a line in the sand. Divine intervention on your part with anything and anyone. You know, 5-5 speaks of much needed, awaited changes that are going to benefit you. This is 5-5 energy. Change is often painful, that 5-5 energy, but it's for growth. You have to learn boundaries. And that's okay. That 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords, somebody was taking advantage. You know? Somebody's feeling some type of suffering in silence. Blocked out, behind the door, can't get at you, can't come to you. They messed up too bad. You have compassion and forgiveness, okay? Yeah, this narcissist, I saw it peek its head out before. They're stressed out, they're worried about the energy backfiring. It has to go somewhere. Whoever you have these boundaries with, and they're catching hella karma every time they try and come into your orbit with that nonsense. Okay? Somebody that's been crushed a long time ago. They wear a false persona through life. They step on others to get their way. Okay? They've elevated themselves against other humans and humanity. Very delusional energy. Somebody that liked to escape. Failed to do the work. Okay? This nightlife energy. Thank you, Spirit. Can we get a closing message for the collective? I didn't bring any inspirational decks out here. Let's get a romance. Kind of use it as a love or a love general. Because like I said, this could be a lover and or a family member feeling this. In this particular part, I'm picking up on both. Message for the collective. Yeah, they want to reconcile. Excuse me. And they don't want you to release them, whoever these people are. Release your ex in the reverse. The time has come to clear your energy. They said, no, don't clear me out. Okay? They want to reconcile instead. Someone from your past is returning. What's at the bottom of the deck? It's not enough love to continue this relationship, as in general love. Okay? There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going anymore. Take it how it applies, whether this be family, friends. Time to get away. Okay? Take that vacation, that holiday to reset. 6 of Swords, moving on to calmer water. Okay? Keep moving forward, collectives. Beautiful things here. I hope this reading was helpful for someone. I appreciate you all for being here, all the support. Get the likes up. Join the channel. Help get me out there to spread the word of the divine. Share my story, my experiences. Okay? I love you all until I come back. Bye. Oh, I look tired.